XTDB is an immutable SQL database built to simplify application development and data compliance.
My interstellar shop sells tons of plutonium every single day. Naturally, I keep note of the amount sold daily so I can check back on the numbers in the future and make sure that they have been properly reported. I'm going to show you how I do this with XTDB by leveraging its built-in bitemporality and immutability, making painful auditing a thing of the past. To showcase this, I'll be using the XTDB Play website to help write these transactions and queries, as well as utilizing its special feature where we can mock the time at which a transaction was executed. Using this, I'm going to mock 3 transactions that happen at 3 different times. For this example, I'm just going to use the first 3 days of 2024 where I list the amount of units of plutonium I sell every day. So I sold 1,000, 3,500 and 1,500 units on those 3 days. So we can query this quite easily by just running a simple select star statement. Now you may be wondering why I didn't add a date column for any of these entries. Thankfully, XTDB automatically keeps track of the valid time at which a transaction occurs. This being the time for which an entry is now valid, so you won't ever have to worry about this. It's stored within the built-in valid from column that is hidden by default, and we can see by adding this to our query. I just realized that after recounting my total stock, I only sold 2,500 units of plutonium on the second. I must have accidentally entered the wrong 1,000. Conveniently, XTDB will let me set the valid time manually, so I can just create a transaction that will retroactively correct the daily amount sold to be valid from the date in the past. For this, we use the valid time syntax to specify that the data is going to be valid from a specific date. I can also go back and ask XTDB to return all of the data that was valid on a given date, such as the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of January. Oh no, the space inspectors have contacted me asking about a discrepancy in my most recent report. I've already explained to them that we've already corrected the amount sold, but they want to verify the original unchanged report from the 2nd. If we try to query for it now, it won't produce the same data. Fortunately, XTDB not only records your valid time for transactions like we'd previously said, it also bitemporally records the system time for it in parallel. Every time you insert, update, and change data, it will record the system time in which you have done so. So when you overwrite valid data, it will keep that overwritten data stored at a previous system time, thus illustrating its immutability. We can actually see this by using system from, another hidden column that XTDB stores, and system time, which we can add to our query to see the state of our system at any given time. Doing this for the 4th of January, can see that our amount sold on the 2nd is still 2,500, but the system is from the 4th when we did the update. So with this, to help give the inspectors what they want, we can look back to what data was valid on specifically the 2nd within our system and use this for our report. Here we actually find our original 3,500 units sold, so that's perfect. If you ever want to see all the data that was ever stored in the system at any point in time, then you can just use all within your query to specify this. And as you can see here, we can see all 4 entries, including the 2 that were valid on the 2nd. This only just covers a small part of what XTDB's bitemporal nature is capable of. Imagine all the other uses that this can have on your database system. Stay tuned for more videos covering these kind of features in the future.